G'day chunky chili dudes and dudettes. Well, we're back again, not long into this process, but I wanted to just fire up the video again. I'm a bit surprised at how well the processor here is done. I thought I might have to run it all through the coffee and spice grinder, but in actual fact, this Feel-Vita processor has done a great job. It's got it down to a fine powder, so I'm going to give you a look at the first round. Ooh. Again, if you do this, make sure you're wearing the gear. This is insanely powerful, and I'll make sure I get this off here the right way. There we go. Let's just move this stuff out of the way here. This is actually a really good end product. So, give you a look at that. So that's actually taken it down to a pretty good powder, so I will still run it through a sieve, but you've got to be happy with a first round blend. We're probably about 70% of that is down to the powder level that I'd like, so we shouldn't have too much fine milling to do at the end of this after all. I may even leave some of the flake pieces in just for a bit of texture. It'll be fine in the blend. Now the powder itself isn't just going to be used in its raw form this way, I don't think. It'll just be way too powerful even for me. So it will go in with another chili powder base that I've made up, and will certainly give that a healthy kick along. And as for the sauces, well, it'll blend into those quite nicely. So we'll crack on with another round of this. Get that locked in. And not forgetting too that we've got a kilo of habaneros that dehydrated with these reapers overnight, and they've come up an absolute treat as well. So they've dried out nicely. They certainly have more moisture in them than the reapers, but I think they'll complement the flavour and the heat of the reapers quite nicely. So we're going to get those in the processor. Now I'm certainly not separating the reapers and the habaneros in the blend. I do want them together as one combined powder. So what we've got going here at the moment is a bit of both, a bit of habanero, a bit of reaper, because ultimately they will end up in the same mix. So let's give this one a crack. Double check I've got lid in this time. Okay, so the habaneros definitely don't break down as well as the reapers do in this process, so we'll give it a bit longer, but certainly that'll be what adds to the process. The reapers broke down beautifully, but the habaneros will take a bit more effort. And again, allow those fumes just coming off that powder. If you want to clear your sinuses, this is a great way to do it. Now I'm not sure what sort of net weight we're going to end up with out of this, considering we started with 3 kilos of chilies. I did actually keep about 20 reapers aside and have frozen those, So I got something else to put into a source, and just a different type of Reaper, or different starting point. So I'll have some powder, but also some frozen ones that I'll put in at the same time. So still looking pretty reasonable. I think having the Reapers in there at the same time is looking pretty good. We'll get this in here. So pretty happy with that. Again, I think probably about 70 to 80% of that has broken down to a powder level. So we'll run everything through a sieve, and like I said earlier, whatever's left we'll just keep running through the spice grinder to get it down to what we want, but I will keep a little bit of texture in there. Wow, that is just crazy. I don't know what I was thinking when I said I was going to try these, but I'm not going to back away. Oh, I'll move that over to a new container. Probably one last shot of the processor left here. Happy to give a good wrap to this food processor too. Like I said, I haven't used it for dried chilies before. I've run fresh chilies through it, but I certainly haven't used it for dry. Got it on sale, so I was really pleased, and it certainly does the job. No complaints. have it. That's 3 kilos of Reaper and habanero, so 2 kilos of the Reaper, near enough, taking out those 20 pods, and a kilo of the habanero. So we'll end up getting a final net weight during the course of today. Like I said, that certainly won't be used just in its concentrated form. It'll just be too nasty, but it'll be a great addition to some chili powder bases and to some sauces that I think will really give that wow factor. Anyway, thanks for watching this next step. On with the heat. Talk soon.